Hey guys, this is Game Nate, and today I'm going to be analyzing all the Wave 4 tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The trailer is today. It's coming out on March 9th. Awesome, based, whatever. Shout out to Soldier Dreams 24 for the gameplay, or for the, not gameplay, but the footage I'm going to be using in this video. It's going to be structured similarly to my analyzing Wave 2 and Wave 3 tracks video. Difference is I'm going to be using the long versions of the trailers so we can get a little bit more content so we can see what we're looking at a little bit more. But yeah, this is going to be really cool. I think it's going to be a really good wave. Might not quite be as good as Wave 3, but that's not saying much because Wave 3 is amazing. But yeah, let's get into it. So first off, we have Tour Amsterdam Drift. This is a tour track I've never really played before in my life. So first thing you can notice is that the trolley actually is moving, so it's not going to be parked just like parts of London Loop and all of New York Minute, so that's nice. Like, the trolley will actually be moving around, kind of like Toad Harbor. One thing that does make me wonder is if there's like a boost ramp somewhere and you can somehow get any airtime, if you land on the trolleys, do you get the boost in Toad Harbor? Like how you did in Toad Harbor? I doubt you will, but it would be incredibly cool, and I'd love the detail. But I also underwater section here. Seems like a completely optional underwater section. I'm not positive, but it looks like you could just go over to the. You could just go over to the. I don't know if you can see my mouse or not, but the little pathway right above it. Um, I feel like that's just like a split path, but it's still cool that you have the option to go to the underwater. And even if not, I'm fine with it. Also, it's still cool to have an underwater section either way. But yeah, it'll be, I think, the second underwater section of the Booster Course Pass. The first one was just Boo Lake. This obviously, since it is a Tour City track, we will be getting different paths all 3 laps. So yeah, the interesting thing about this wave, opposed to the other 3, we actually have three Tour City tracks in this one, and that's just because they want to get every city track onto the game. So they kind of have to have more than 2 per wave now. Like, I'm pretty sure waves 5 and 6 are also going to have 3 city tracks each, but yeah. Yeah, there's some cool shortcut opportunities here. Nothing crazy though. Glider ramp, cool. I don't know much about. If I had to guess though, I don't know much about any of these tour tracks because I didn't really play tour much at all. If I had to guess, you can probably trick off of that train if you land on it early from the glider. But I highly doubt that will be faster. So, yeah, there we go. GBA Riverside Park. This track looks amazing. Look at how good the grass looks. Like, after wave 1, like, this just looks incredible. Like, it looks like a Mario Kart 8 base game track. Look at all the details on the grass and the dirt and everything. It looks amazing. If you look over to the right of the screen, you'll see that there's a piranha plant that's like blowing up a mushroom. You know, like those piranha plants blowing up from New Super Mario Bros. Wii. It's a cool detail in itself. Those are there. But you'll notice he's holding up a mushroom. The gimmick is, as you'll see a little bit later in this footage, if you hit the piranha plant with a green shell or something along those lines, it will it'll drop the mushroom and then you get to use it, which is a really cool detail. Or a really cool gimmick. It's almost like the Maple Tree Way leaf pile thing, except you have to have an item to hit it, which I really enjoy. So I really enjoy this gimmick overall. We don't know that much about this track right now still, but it's still really cool that it's here. You go into a little cave. Again, nothing crazy. You do jump out of a waterfall at the end of the track, as you'll see, which is a really cool detail for the record. I think it's really awesome. Also, the music for all these tracks is absolutely incredible. Like, I decided to keep the music in the video just so that you can hear it for yourself. I mean, it's going to be hard to hear because of how constantly I'm pausing the video, but it's still awesome that it's here. Wii DK Summit. You see that there's a cannon here. cannon to get into the glider, or a glider cannon instead of just a normal cannon like Mario Kart Wii. That's to be expected at this point. This version seems almost identical to the tour version. There are half pipes here, as you can see on the far end of the screen, which is nice because the track would probably be pretty bad without the half pipes, if I'm being entirely honest. If it'll probably show it again somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. If you look on the left of the screen right now, you will see that there's the DK statue from Tor instead of just a Mario statue, which makes a lot more sense. So I'm glad that it's a DK statue in this game, similar to how it was in Tor. Yeah, there's nothing really new about this track that we're gonna get to see. The main difference is going to be, I think, how the half pipes function. It's gonna make like time trialing the track and playing at a high competitive level a lot different from Mario Kart Wii, because I don't assume you'll be able to just like glide at the top of the half pipes like you can in Wii. I guess we'll see though. The two half pipes sections we've gotten in Wave 3 haven't really been a good way to test if we can really do that or not. So we'll see, I guess. Another thing, if the single shortcut is not possible, I am going to riot Nintendo headquarters. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Yeah. This is basic. It basically looks just copied from Tor. Okay, Yoshi's Island. Entirely new track. We already knew about this track from the Nintendo Direct about a month ago. We didn't get much new information of this track here, but I'm still gonna commentate what we've already gotten in case, you didn't see it for whatever reason. Yeah. So, based off High Sky Sunday, or Sky High Sunday, you know what I meant. Even though this track is technically coming to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe first, it's going to be a tour track, and it will most likely be a Mario Kart Tour in less than a month. So, it's built for Mario Kart Tour. It's not going to be a fully new track, because that's what happened when the other track that debuted in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Sky High Sunday. It just immediately got ported to Tour within a week, if I'm being honest, I'm pretty sure. But yeah. First thing you'll see is the Shy Guys on the boots from some of the Yoshi games. Really nice detail already. They made this track kind of almost like Hyrule Circuit and Animal Crossing from the original DLC on the Wii U version. Like, as in there's so many details to the original franchise, like it's ridiculous. Like, you'll see all the enemies are basically verified to be Yoshi stuff, and it's so cool. It's so cool. Also, the music's just ridiculously awesome. But yeah. Another enemy from the Yoshi Island games, like those duck guys. I don't know what else to call them. Another underwater section, which is nice to see. You didn't actually see it, but you saw that there was underwater. Oh, another thing that I have to mention. Birdo is just in the game now. So characters are now a thing for the Booster Course Pass, which is huge because who knows what this could mean for the last two waves. Birdo was the only character that got introduced for these waves, so I'm going to make a bet and assume that they're going to only introduce one character for Wave 5 and Wave 6 also, realistically. I assume one of them is going to be Diddy Kong. I do not know who the other one would be. It might be Funky Kong, that would be really cool, but I kinda doubt it. Same thing with Petey Piranha. They'd both be really cool to see, but I don't quite see either of them making a return. I really have no clue though, besides that. Maybe like Pauline or something, because she's becoming a huge Mario character now. I wouldn't say it's impossible. Or like a Tour exclusive character. Even something random like King Babam would be really cool. So like you never know, it could happen. I'm going to assume that one of those slots is gonna go to Diddy Kong though, since he's been a character people have wanted in the game since day one, similar to Birdo. Back to the track though. If you saw before, right now, Birdo hit like a egg thing, and as you can see, what it's going to do is it's going to open up a bridge. It's going to open up a bridge which is like an entirely separate path, which is kind of cool. The only other thing we've seen kind of like this is the whole thing that if you hit 3 anti-gravity boost panels in Hyrule Circuit, you get access to the ramp up the middle, which is slower. And this will probably be slower also, but it'll still be a cool little detail. Um, so yeah, that's what it's a cool, awesome little thing. Also, even the art style they mastered to be like the Yoshi's Island series. Sure, it's less realistic than some of the other tracks, but I think that's a good thing, given that they're trying to make the tracks in this, or the track, similar to the Yoshi Island franchise, which is not realistic looking at all. So I like how they took that art style instead of trying to make it look realistic, and then I think it would just turn out weird there. So I think the art style they chose is absolutely amazing. There's a glider ramp there. Nothing really crazy besides that. Alright, Bangkok Rush. Probably pronounced that wrong. I don't really care. This looks like it could have potential to be one of the better city tracks we've gotten so far, if I'm being honest. It looks like to be a bunch of split paths everywhere. Like, almost like a Shy Guy Bazaar type of thing. Which is pretty cool. Like, you go through the town, like, there might be, like, a lot of split paths in the town, similar to Shy Guy Bazaar, or that one part of Toad Harbor. Or, hell, even parts of Ninja Hideaway, which isn't a town, but still, there's, like, a lot of split paths in that track. We could be seeing something similar to that, maybe. We see a glider ramp here. It's an entirely new track for me, so I'm not sure. I'm not positive about this, but that looks like Rushing Water to me. Someone that plays Tor, can you please confirm or deny that in the comments or in the live chat when this is being premiered? But I'm pretty sure that's Rushing Water, which is a really cool detail. They might as, I mean, if it wasn't already in the original Tor version, they could have just added it because Koopa Cape's probably gonna appear in the booster course past waves 5 or 6. So I think it's a neat little feature. I really like that idea actually to include that, but yeah, I think that's all for this track. Yes. Next up we have DS Mario Circuit. This might be a bit of a gamble, but before I say anything about actually going in depth on the track, I just want to say this. Waves 2 and 3 have both had a completely random and unexpected lap 3 change, or lap 2 in one of the cases, change in path similar to the tour tracks. For Wave 2 was N64 Calamari Desert, where you actually got to go into the train tracks. And with Wave 3, it was Peach Gardens, where it was just randomly reversed the last lap. With 2 in a row, I'm going to assume that's going to be a trend for the next 3 waves. So I think one of these tracks is going to have a random path change on lap 3. And honestly, my best guess is that it's going to be this one, DS Mario Circuit, because it looks the least innovative of the 8, or the least innovative of the 8 as of right now. It could also be DK Summit, but I kind of doubt that if I'm being honest. Waluigi Stadium's possible, and we'll get to that track, but they might not do it also because there's already going to be 4 tour tracks basically, because Yoshi's Island basically counts also. But if they do a track like that where there's a sudden change of path lap 3, I think DS Mario Circuit could be it, and I think you could go into Peach's Castle, which would be really cool to see. I'm not going to expect this to happen. I don't expect this to happen. But I think it would be really cool, and I think it's something we can at least think about the possibility of it happening. But as for the track itself, Goombas, it looks visually pretty bad, like a Wave 1 track, similar to Rock Rock Mountain. It's a better track, design-wise than Rock Rock Mountain, though, in my opinion. It's a pretty nice track, design-wise, and I assume it will stay the same here. It'll probably just feel a lot more like 3DS Mario Circuit, if I'm being honest, especially if you go into the castle, lap 3. There's really not too much to commentate about here, though. It's just the basic circuit track we kind of keep getting. I mean, actually, well, that's new, though. There is, like, a little forest in Wigglers, so maybe that is the lap 3 path switch. I have no clue. I don't even know there is a lap 3 path switch. I'm just guessing if I'm being completely honest. But this looks different than anything we've seen. before in the track. So there's a wiggler from Maple Treeway. You're in like a forest area. I don't think there's any forest areas in the original DS Mario circuit. Besides maybe like that area like with the really tight turn. And it was just hard to notice on the DS, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of potential for this one, even though it looks visually pretty bad. I'm excited for this one, surprisingly. Okay, well this is just visually ridiculous. Like, look at how good the dirt looks. Like, it's not as good looking as 3DS Rainbow Road still, but it's up there. It looks incredibly good. Waluigi Stadium, we knew it was going to return. Finally a GCN track after 4 waves. This is, after, 32 tracks? This is the first track of those that is a GameCube origin. I don't believe it's the last, but it's still really cool that we're finally getting GameCube tracks over halfway through the booster course pass. As you can see, the dirt looks amazing. If you look on the left, the half pipes from the Mario Kart Wii section are returning, so it's another thing where it'll be pretty different than Mario Kart Wii in like online and time trialing because of how the half pipes work. Like, it's gonna be a very different meta. Like, also, I like how it looks so good, but like the sections themselves are pretty similar. Besides this, there's just a random like area where you're in anti-gravity with anti-gravity boosters apparently. Cool, I guess. I don't even know what to say about that. Probably just, it looks like it's just a split path because it does look like there's a road that you can drive on after that, unless it's like a lap 3 path switch, but I doubt that, if I'm being honest. And it leads into a glider ramp, which is pretty cool. Always cool to see like new gimmicks appear in these older tracks. Like DK Summit wasn't really touched much, but this track was, a lot of the Wave 3 tracks were, especially Blue Lake. Looks like Riverside Park will be pretty nice also in terms of like new gimmicks, but yeah, there's a lot going on here. But besides, the design is pretty similar, feeling or looking pretty similar to how it did in the original in Mario Kart Wii. But I'm fine with that because it's a really good track on Mario Kart Wii, similar to DK Summit. Last but not least, we have Tour Singapore Speedway. This is the third Tour City track we're getting in this one. But as you can see, this one has very different vibes from basically every other city track we've gotten in the entire game. I think this is one that a lot of people have been looking forward to seeing. I think it was supposed to be Los Angeles Laps, but they made a switch here, which to me personally is a bit disappointing because that's like one of the few city tracks I've actually played and enjoyed, but I'm fine with this also. It still looks like to be a cool track. It looks like there's might be another rushing water section where that Goomba's at. Also, the Goomba and the little thing that carries you in the water that the little kids use, I forgot what it's called. It's really cool. It's really funny detail, but it looks like more rushing water, which is pretty cool. Glider ramp. Glider boosters, not the first time we've seen them. We saw them in 3DS Rainbow Road also. Visually, it looks pretty nice for a tour city track, because they all kind of look the same since Wave 1. There's not too much I can really say about this track because I haven't played Tour again, but it still looks like it's going to be pretty cool, and I'm excited for this one. It looks like there's going to be a lot of stuff to trick off of. I don't know. Yeah, overall, pretty good wave it's looking to be. And I think, yeah, it's going to be a pretty good wave, I feel like. Sorry I did make this video kind of longer than I needed to. I just really enjoyed analyzing these tracks. I really enjoy analyzing these tracks. So, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. But yeah, guys, this video is going to be done. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications. And I will be making, a playing every track for the first time and a ranking video, which I didn't actually do for Wave 3 because I kind of just have been on, like, break from uploading videos for a while now. But I'm finally returning to it. I'm going to start, like, recording a new video, like, today, or making it, and then make the stream highlight video for Mario Odyssey, but I Can't Touch Black. That's gonna be a fun video. But yeah, guys, bye.